Stronger than the boys. So, we had started here on the exterior of the house. In the meantime, I went and sold my beautiful eclectic cottages that I really love. Got like 215,000 profit or something on that, which was pretty good, I think. So I had started this, and I was going to do brick, and then there's this stone stuff, which I'm a little mystified why the stone is like that, but so basically what happens is I sold my other ones so that I can pretty much just have these pictures that are for the current house, because you can see how, even though I have a number of pictures, it scrolls quickly. If I have too many pictures, it will just, it will hang. It will just be horrible. So I went and planted a crop garden at my other little, I had been keeping a kind of a backup office, and I thought, I'm not really using it. So I went ahead and sold that. So I did a little crop garden for it, and I got some more profit because of it. So now I'm over $9 million. Look at me. I'm so rich. So let's go back over here to wall panels. And you don't, unless you're looking for the rustic look, don't get these. Because, you know, you're going to end up with that same, you know, looks like the paint's all gone kind of thing. If you want rustic, those are the ones to go for. If you don't do it. These look a little bit better. See, these look at least like they're painted. So I am going to take these up here. So you see, at least it looks like the house has been recently painted, and it's not just like some ancient barn that's sort of ready to fall apart. So I think that's probably good. Oop. I hate it when I skip one like that. So I'm gonna get several of these, because I just don't want to, I really just don't want to have to spend the time to go through painting this house. And I think that's going to make that under part of the roof there even more obvious. See, and you can't even do anything with these things, so it's like, yeah, it's kind of bothersome. So, but at least doing this is a lot more quick than trying to paint. Now, painting costs less, and that's a nice thing, but let's grab from over here. See, I think at least this looks nicer than the before. This is the after. I wish there were some like really nice siding or something, but whatever, at least this is something. And yeah, I just find this less bothersome. I mean, you know, I considered actually just doing this like offline and say, hey guys, this is what I did. But I think the whole point is you guys who asked to see this want to see me, you know, doing all the renovations. I mean, this is nothing special. This is something anybody can do. I just wish I could do up there, but it's not going to let me. It's literally just not going to let me. I'm going to have to jump over the bushes here. I don't know. Oh, because, you know, like this little evergreen thing, I like that. I kind of don't want to get rid of it. I'm not sure about the other ones. Like these guys here, this one, I find those kind of boring, you know, because of course they're like at every single house. They're like the default plant. There you go. See, at least now it looks, you know, this as opposed to that. This looks nice and neat. This looks like, hey, the house has been, you know, refurbished and stuff. You have to be careful too, just an FYI for those who maybe haven't played the game as long. If you put these on the grass, sometimes it will leave a big old mark in the grass, and then you got to go buy sod or turf to cover it over. And so you're spending extra money. I think that's quite silly. I mean, I get that maybe in real life that would happen, but I just don't think that these panels in real life would create that much damage. I don't know. This is going to be a little tricky getting all this behind here. And another thing I found too is if you ever are inside and you notice in the windowsill that there's like this little bit of color, like some weird green or blue or something, and you think, where is that? Sometimes you can come outside. I don't know if it's going to let me do it on this one, but sometimes you can come outside and you can actually grab it from here. I don't think it's going to let me do it on this one, so it's not a good demonstration. Wah, wah. But you also have to be cautious. The other end of that stick is, if you're not cautious, this will go inside, because again, these walls don't really exist. These are, oh, hello. Wow, we can almost jump on the roof. So there have been times where I accidentally, like I was painting the house white and maybe the room was, you know, blue or something. And then I'd accidentally paint part of the, you know, the undersill part. Look, that window doesn't even look like it fits. I paint part of it and then I have to go inside and go repaint because I screwed up. So, yeah. See, because I kind of like these like little pink bushes, you know? And it has a kind of casual look to it, you know? Because I don't think, Anne is not like a super formal person, you know? She's not really the kind that's going to have, you know, all the fancy tableware and, you know, porcelain and things like that. Maybe some heirloom stuff that, you know, but I don't even know that she would use that. Come on, reach over there. There we go. Yeah. So here's a good example, you know. This is the before and that's the after. And I don't know about you guys, but I really think this just looks better. So, continue with this. Come on now. There we go. Some of these with these little plants like this is really tricky. So you have to jump and, oh boy, I don't know if I'm going to get this one or not. Let's see. Not that it matters as much. I'm just one of those OCD people, you know. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta get that perfect. Let's see. I mean, this plant may just really block the thing. Oof. It may just have to, yeah. Because I'm not sure. I don't think they have those in the store. You know, because everybody wants these, like, you know, paper thin flowers. I don't know what those are. I'm not really a flower expert, you know, but I don't think they really look like that in real life. Okay. So now I'm going to have to buy some more, and sometimes it's kind of unavoidable that you buy these and set them on the lawn. So let's see if it'll... You can see, I mean, it's $70 a piece or so. You know, they're $69.84 or something like that. This is way more expensive than painting. But again, I have better things to do than to, you know, spend a long time painting this house. Where did I leave off here? Trying to get that one behind this plant, and it's just not going to let me do it. I'm just trying to continue the row. Come on. Oh my goodness. Why are you not letting me? Okay, let's see if I can just... you know, it's just doing its best to try to defeat me, isn't it? So you will not do this. I will make you sell the plant in order to get to it. Where's the blue thing? Where's the... There we go. Come on. Ornery little thing, isn't it? See, it's that one right there that I really need to get. And there's one over there. Oh, probably gonna have to get rid of the pink plants, huh? Wish you could just pick them up and move them, you know? Because some plants you have to actually put in the ground, and then other ones you don't. So, all right. Yeah, these guys I'm not so fond of. They just kind of look like weeds to me. I'll have to put something else in. But I do like this. I don't want to get rid of that. I'm going to have to get rid of these. Otherwise I'll have gaps. Sad. Sad bunny. Okay. Let's see where else we get to go. Oh, is this making you guys dizzy? I'm really sorry. Sometimes it makes me dizzy. What makes me dizzy? Well, it's not. It doesn't make me dizzy. It makes me like have motion sickness. Is all the jumping up and down, like going up and down scaffolding. I really can't do that. I just that just is a lot, and that's kind of what's that's kind of what's going on here. Because I'm having to. Oh, see, I'm not going to sell that thing. I'm going to find a way to get this done. Because I really do like that, and I don't think they have that in the... Come on. What are you doing here? Come on. Oh, my word. Come on. Why is it... Oh, it's that jumping up and down. It's just... Ugh. It doesn't do my tummy any favors, I can tell you that. I literally have a little package of Dramamine over here in my desk, which I don't know if they have that in other countries, but it's for motion sickness, you know, like seasickness and things. I also have C-bands. Those really do work, people. They really work. I don't always wear them, only because you have to put them on your wrists, and some days that kind of irritates my mouse wrist. So I don't always wear them. But they do work, I will say. Oh, of course. If I could just reach it. If I could, oh, no, of course not. Okay, we're getting there. This would easily take twice as long if I were painting. Whew, okay, got a few more to buy. Just buy a bunch of them. And then, of course, bumpity bump over them. I think these it's going to let me do without too much trouble. Okay. Yeah. So I think the front of the house looks really nice now. Okay. Just lickety-split get this end of the house done. So we can get on to a little bit more interesting things, because I don't know about you guys. I mean, now, you know, like when I first started playing the game, painting was kind of this like therapeutic thing. It was like very soothing and satisfying. Now I'm kind of like, I'm just going to get over it and move on to the next thing, you know. And so I don't know. I mean, some people really like that sort of thing. I even saw a house flipper thing. It was a not thing, channel that was ASMR, and they were doing house flipper. And you know, my sister had that idea because she has an ASMR channel, Tingled Pink, and I don't get into ASMR myself. I have misophonia, which is kind of an aversion to certain sounds. They really, you know, I have sensory processing disorder. So if any of you know what that is, but so sensory issues are kind of a thing for me, good or bad, honestly. And misophonia is part of that. And so I'm very sensitive to certain sounds. So my sister kind of has some of that, but she really likes things like whispering and things like that. So, and that's apparently what this house flipper person did. I was like, wow. So I bought bricks for the other end. Now, I mean, I don't know if I'll do bricks or if I'll just do the that stonewall cladding stuff, you know, that looks like rocks, you know. Maybe I'll just do that. I had forgotten that was at the end of the house. I never really looked at the end of the house. I just came inside, you know, and started working on the inside. Okay. But let's get these done. Yeah, at least all the visible ones like that. There we go. Yeah, see, I think that just looks so much better. There we go. Yep. Okay. Almost there, almost there. And then we got to figure out about things like, let's see if that's okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, you know, sidewalks, patio, that kind of thing. One concern supposedly really is that, you know, like, you don't want just dirt and gravel and things, because that's hard on the wheels for a wheelchair. So, oh my goodness, I have to be very careful with that. Please tell me I didn't do that. Okay, cool. So this is what I'm talking about, is the inside windowsill here. Sometimes you can accidentally paint it or whatever from the outside. And in real life, that would never happen. But here we're dealing with virtual walls. So yeah, I don't want to go bananas with this house and make brick, wood siding, and the other. No, what am I doing? I just said I didn't want to do that. So I think, I don't know, or do I? Let's see what it would look like. Is it going to look goofy? Because see, here we've got this. I mean, otherwise I could make the entire end this stonewall cladding, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it all the white and it'll be fine. Oh, see what I'm talking about? That's what I mean. Now, I'm not going to actually put any turf on that because I think I'm probably going to have a sidewalk over it, so I'm going to leave that one. But just heads up, you know, that is a very distinct possibility. Another thing I highly recommend is anyone who has gotten the flamethrower. Okay, if you've done that job, that's part of the Apocalypse DLC, so I don't know if it's available in the other ones. If you get the flamethrower, I highly recommend that you empty the thing, okay? Because I have burned up things where I thought I was going to go grab something with the hand up here, and I hit this by accident, and I just kind of... Oh, no. Okay, you know what they're doing in the house now? Okay, here's one of the problems. Look at this. You can buy a bathtub and mount here. Where's the rest of them? Because I know they're there. Yeah, over here. You know, you can buy a sink. And over here, somewhere is, you know, a toilet. Somewhere, where is that? That's the sink. Where's the other thing? I know it's around here somewhere. Because I can see it. So here's the sink. And if you highlight it very carefully, you can sell it. But it's such a... Oh, there it is. You see that? You come back in. Now, you make some money. I mean, you know, $500 and some. Oh, of course it decides to freeze right now. Come on. I hate it when it does that. But you can see it up on the mini map. If you look up there, you can see the red. And it's like, oh, no. Oh, see, that's what I didn't want. That's what happens if you're not cautious. And I was cautious, but the game decided to freeze at that moment. So, great. I get to go buy another one. Because it's going to be a little poopy head. Oh, I don't want to see... I am not going to install it that far out. I have to move these out of the way. So this is going to be my problem when I go to actually... I think it doesn't want to do it because of this too. It's going to be my problem when I go to film this thing. You know, film it, video it, whatever you call it. Let's hope there's no rat this time. Okay, I think not. Okay, good. Alright, cool. Because I've come back in sometimes to get like screenshots of the house, and lo and behold, I have plumbing sticking out of the wall. And I keep telling the developers about it, and they seem to just not be able to do anything about it or something. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. So there's another one. Oh, over here. And again, I have to be super careful. You have to really highlight it. And I don't know if there's going to be some down this way. Yep. Look at this. Oh! Yeah. I'm going to screenshot this, and I'm going to report this because holy cow, I mean, how stupid is this? Right smack in the middle of the room. Come on. I need to highlight that, and I gotta highlight this. And then there is another one, which is... If it's far enough behind here, I may be okay. Oh, come on. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. There we go. I'm pretty sure it's that thing. Oh, that's tricky. That's tricky. Right there. Otherwise, I could have accidentally sold the whole bathtub. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. I'm gonna have to make sure I get screenshots of this before that happens again. Ugh, rubber ducks. So, you know, that's usually when I find out. I'm like working on the outside of the house, and then I see red on the inside where it's an installation where I haven't installed anything. It's like, yeah, I did. Because notice, it said sink. You can install a sink here. And there is a sink. So that's exactly what I was talking about, and nobody seems to. It's like the developers don't seem to understand that. I'm like, you know, there's a sink there, because that's what happened in my little office. I installed a sink. I just went in there. I used the same, you know, I said, okay, I'll leave this a bathroom. I'm just going to install a new sink, a new shower, make it look nice. And then every time I go in there, here's more plumbing sticking out going, you can buy a sink and put here. You can buy this and put here. I'm like, I did. I did. It's right there. You know? I think I'm going to need... No, actually, maybe I only need one. Okay. And you know, guys, for this house, I'm really not going to do... Oh, come on, please. Oh, I hope that's enough. Oh, I think it was. Yes. I hate it when you get down to the last and then you've got one more panel and you got to buy a new pack. Anyway, I was going to say that I do not want to do like a bunch of special constructions and things for this house because it's already taken a really long time. So I really just want to do walkways for her, make sure that she has, you know, good walkways, and then like a garden for her, and just kind of like replace some of these bush things that I just really don't care so much for. So I'll just go and get rid of these guys here, because I think she'd kind of like these pink flowers. So let's see what we have. And again, if you guys don't have the garden DLC, there's so many things in it that are really nice that, you know, it's totally worth paying for the DLC if you got the money to do it. I mean, I don't think it's that expensive. I don't buy a lot of games. I'm very particular about my games. I do not play violent games. I can't play games with like war and stuff like that. You know, my most violent game would probably be like Beat Saber or something, you know, Audica. But that's about it. You know, I tend to do House Flipper, puzzle games, those kinds of things. So spending money on DLC is totally worth it for me. So let's do this. Let's find maybe some round bushes. So I think, yeah, they're these, which are pretty nice. I think these are like those, but kind of prettier. So I think I'll put these over here where I took out those other two. And these have to be planted. Okay. These are a little bit fuller than the other ones. And then one of the things that's advisable is to use different variations of the same plant. I think this would be rather pretty with these. It's something I learned from someone else, and I don't know exactly who, but it's in one of the guides where they talk about how to win the garden competition. And someone's suggestion was be sure to use variants of the same plant. So different colors, different, you know, kind of different styles of the same plant. So I'm kind of keeping this pink theme, this purple pink color. And then I'll put some of the green ones because I did, you know, I don't want it all to be pink. Maybe I'll put, one more here. and then put a green one in front, or maybe a green, a little bit lower one for height difference, you know, to create a height difference. Yeah, because I think that's pretty nice. Before I leave that purple, let's put one here. You know, I was really surprised to see, I guess some of these people are probably big gamers and they just have like, you know, huge amount of followers. But like they were playing House Flipper videos and I looked and they had like 2 million views and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, people actually do watch this stuff. I was surprised. I want a bigger bush for the end of the house there, I think. So I'm going to just put the one here. I really wish they would change the requirements in the game for American Garden, because one thing it loves is conifers, and they have to be in the front yard. They can't be in the backyard. So I had, the Eclectic Hotel was full of conifers for the hedge maze, if you saw that video. And I went to enter the garden competition, and it gave me like a 1-star for plant variety or something. And I went, what? Because they were not all the same either. And there was like, I chose like every single plant hedge that I could find, and it didn't like them. I was just like, are you kidding me here? So yeah, I'm gonna put one of these, I think. Is that bigger? That's probably not bigger. I need a bigger one, a taller one. Like maybe one of these at the end. Let's see how that works. Yeah, maybe that would work. I also like that it's a darker color, because I think that's kind of neat. Although they tend to lighten up when you water them. So yeah, I was really surprised about that thing. I had to go and I just went and sold the hedge maze, which was really sad because I spent a lot of time on that. And put a bunch of conifers in the front yard, because I also had tons of conifers all down the side of the Eclectic Hotel as well. And the game didn't like it. It thinks it should be in the front. So I'm just like, really? Let's go down here. See, that's going to be in front of those bushes, so I don't want to put one of these big ones in front of those little pink ones, because that's 1.5. That's a 1 meter, so we can do a half. Let's see if that would look okay. And some of the gardens, like the crop garden is definitely the easiest. So if you have the garden DLC or are thinking about getting it and you want to increase your profits on a house, crop garden, if you do it with specific plants in a specific layout, you will get 5 stars in every category every time. And it really does work. And then some of the other gardens I find to be a lot harder. The crop garden you can do in like 5 minutes. And as long as you really pay attention to the layout, because you can't just throw things on the ground and, you know, most of them you don't plant like these. You just plop them down. But the problem is that if you don't line them up just right, the game will ding you on layout. So you have to be cautious about that. See, that's probably too small. Sometimes I forget what the size of these things is. Is there... This one's a kind of a light colored one. I'm trying to make a little contrast here, because like, you know, in real life, you'd probably just hire a landscaper and say, hey, I'm flipping this house, and I want some landscaping. Because you know what? I mean, some people could come in and just go, well, that's great, but I don't like this, and then just dig up all the bushes that you just paid a lot of money and spent a lot of time planting, you know? Let's see. How about... I wonder about a red one. Oh, goodness gracious, that's a big one. What is this? Oh, that's 1.5. I guess I need a shorter one. Don't they have any that are just... Okay, well, they got these. Don't really like that color. Maybe I'll just change it up. Well, see, that's kind of close to that one, so maybe not. We already did some of these. What does this one look like? I mean, I guess we could just do a green one. Yeah, at least this will contrast with the light colored evergreen next to it. And so, as I say, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on landscaping. Ugh, get these darn things over here. See, I think this just looks nice, you know? Doesn't have to be overblown. It's kind of casual, you know, casual layout. And obviously, you know, she's not gonna want I tell you, these, I just gotta get rid of these. She's not gonna want something that takes a lot of maintenance. That's just not gonna be a thing. So let's just plant maybe one of these. Just, yeah. See, I think that's a nice look. People drive in. There you go. That's pretty good. Hopefully these are easy maintenance. I don't know. So let's get to work on doing sidewalks and patios back here. Let's see what sort of paving slabs we want. So I know somebody mentioned about that it's not fair for the people who don't have the garden DLC that they get, like, I don't know, dinged on their sales or something. I guess they meant that they couldn't enter the garden competition because they don't have the garden DLC. I mean, honestly, it's just, I don't think it's that expensive. I mean, you know, so just buy it or save up for it if you really, really, really don't have the money for it. That's just my advice anyway. And, you know, everybody has their preferences. But I just find so many interesting things. And as you saw, I used, because some people ask me, oh, where'd you get that? You know, so I use like these things indoors. And they're very useful for things like, you know, making this here, you know, that I could not have done if I didn't have the garden DLC. So I think it's totally worth the price. I get no money from this, guys, so this is not like, hey, I get a kickback if you buy it, you know, because I'm endorsing it. Not a sponsor, right? As my son would say. Frozen District does not pay me 1 penny to do any of this. This is all just me. We need a smooth surface that's still going to have some traction if it were wet and not be too slippery. Not too bumpy, not too slippery. I think the paving stone would be too much here, this granite. What does this hex look like? I wonder if that would give some good traction. I don't think I've ever paved with the hex that looks like honeycomb sort of. I don't think I've ever done anything with this. And oh, look at that pretty blue. And there's dark gray. I kind of want to do like, you know, alternating colors or something. Orange. They call this orange. I don't think that's orange. And they call this brown. That's red. I don't know about your monitor. Your monitor may show something different. Your mileage may vary, as they say. But, you know. And like this granite, that kind of, I don't know. That's, yeah. So I think I want to kind of do an alternating sort of thing. I feel like this would give her some good traction. So first, let's do paving stone hex and just get, these are all the different variants. So I think we want to buy 2 of these to go right here. And before I sell these, because I've done this before, I'm going to take these out, because sometimes I sell them and then they're a different size and then everything just goes hooky dookie. I don't, well, you know, maybe that's a bad word to say, but I'm just making stuff up. It just goes haywire. All right. I think those will work. I think we're okay to sell these. I am not going to redo the entire driveway. Sometimes I do that because personally I find these concrete slabs. I mean, this looks like a school parking lot that needs to be repaved. But redoing the entire driveway, I don't know if I'm going to do that because, you know, otherwise you guys are going to be sitting here like forever going, are you ever going to finish this house? See, there's no paving stone hex 100 by 50 that's curbless without the little edge on it. So it's a bit of a bummer sometimes, but, and it took me, you know, it took me a long time to figure out at first how to get these to connect. Because I thought, oh, I can't get them lined up. And then one day I just hit on it. I'm like, oh, that's how you do that? And so I'm going to alternate these. Because I want to alternate the colors. I may or may not do it all the way. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Okay. And just kind of make this honeycomb pattern. I want to do this with like a different color. I'm just going to keep the edge the same color. And no matter what you do, you're going to end up with some kind of weird thing, huh? Let's see. It's possible I've just put these down incorrectly. We'll see. Let's just move these. I have never done this alternating thing exactly this way. I've also never used these hex ones, so they don't exactly line up, do they? They get that little weird diamond thing. Let's see. If I put this one, does it do it? Yeah, it really does. I guess they all have that little diamond thing. Okie dokie. All right. This one doesn't really lend itself as well to the, you know, unless you do, you know, the line in between. So, okay, sure. Let's just do it this way. I'm half of a mind to do it in 3 colors. But that's going to complex things. It's going to make it really complex. Complicate things, not complex things. I told you I'm making up words. Yeah, so it would really make things very complicated to make it 3 colors. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I will. So this will be like her little patio where she can like come outside and have, you know, like morning tea, you know, something like that. So I think it makes things a little more interesting. Because, you know, I could put some dark gray. I just said I wouldn't, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, what would it look like with 3 colors? You know, because if you do 2, you can just alternate. If you do 3, now you got to figure out a pattern. You know, like around the edges. Let's see what this would look like. Like, I don't know if I would want, maybe I could do every other gray row as dark gray. Let's see. And then like that. Because again, I just, for this house, I just don't want to have to get into I don't want to get into doing, you know, self-built constructions for it. Because believe me, guys, that can just take a really long time. Okay, so I don't know, what do you think? Is it worth doing? I will do this in dark gray, just because this is over here. I think these will go. I think this will fit. Sometimes it's a little weird. There we go. Yeah. So that there. And this one here. And I think a beige one for here. So is that going to go there? Why is it not going to go? I must have laid something down wrong. I think this one is maybe over a little bit far. There we go. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to move this one. Because this is a half one. This is what I mean about it getting complicated. You know, it can be kind of a lot to, you know, to make out these patterns. I feel like it's skipping. Yeah, it is. You're probably going, wow, how could you not see that? So this needs to be the dark. I'm just going to stick this over here. And I think these actually need to be the light color. But, you know, maybe it'll turn out to be a good thing. I don't know. Let's do this in the dark gray. Come on. And it's not really how I'm doing it, is it? This row. I'm doing every other row gray and every other row. That one's gonna go in here-ish. Dark gray. And the rest of it is the lighter color. Let's see, I need this one, I think. Yeah, I'm screwing up my pattern here. This is what happens when you just make it up on the fly, you know? I mean, I think it looks kind of good. Get a little momentary game freeze here. Yeah, so these will come up here. Yes, okay. And no, I need to fill in my beige ones. Like that. And over on this end, I don't know where I'm going to go with that. But this is pretty big for a nice little patio out here. And I need these half ones in the light gray to fill in this. Okay. I think that looks pretty nice. And actually going to the driveway, I'm going to do let's see now. I'm going to need a dark one, dark gray. And I'm going to use little half ones. Let's use this gray one over here. I'm going to send these on their way because I think every half one I'm going to do in the beige color. Let's just stick another half one over this way. And it would, there, because, well, I'll need them eventually. Rather than back and forth and back and forth. That's, you know, the complexity of this. But I think it's kind of nice, though. So we'll pull that up here. And then gray, light gray. Come on, come on. And another dark one. And whoop, how did that end up like that? Probably going to want this to be double wide though for her. And I think the way to accomplish that is probably going to be the smaller ones, these little ones. So I need one of these, I think, in this dark color. Yeah. So I think, oh dear. These come in the squares. I think I'm gonna have to use this. Because here's the problem. If you've never done these before, if I use these, sometimes they don't fit exactly. And if I use these also, I don't know how well that's gonna work. I mean, I can try them. We'll see if they work. Because you see, we've got the big ones that are 100 by 100, and then other ones that are 100 by 50. So we have the potential, see, of it having a gap. And I don't know that the 50 by 50s are going to work for that, because they're going to stick out more, see, like that. So that's kind of where I am thinking this is not going to be a thing. I think I'm going to try these and extend it. How am I going to extend this? Because this is literally trial and error too, so... Well, not that the interior isn't. So yeah, I think this may work. Let's cross our fingers and hope. There we go. To kind of extend these. Why is that not working? Did I not line it up right? No. I don't think that's the problem. Is this one like turned around or some weird thing? I think that was the problem there. Yeah, there we go. That solved it. Okay. Okay. So now let's find the other colors. So by doing it this way, I can just choose, it's just an extension of this. Whoop. Sorry about the spinning in space kind of bit. I don't know if I want to do that one or not. Maybe. Maybe I'll come back to that. Okay. There, and there, and here, and there. So this way we get a little wider walkway for her. I call it a walkway. I know she's not walking. But even in the handicapped whatever they call them. Sorry about the handicap word. I don't mean to say that. The wheelchair accessible sites. They called them walkways. They said make sure that walkways are like this and like this. So I know this has a little kind of that little diamond thing that it forms, but hopefully that's not problematic. I think it looks nice. It's a feature, right? It's a feature. Okay, there we go. We might as well just extend these up, huh? Just go here. And there. Well, we're only going to have the little diamond thing on one side, so whatever. Okay. Yeah, this is about the only way to do this, so... Come on. And this one's a little wonky. Which way does this go? Maybe this way, I think. See, it's off a little bit. Come on. See, no matter which way I put it down, it looks weird. It's like it shouldn't be that way. Let's see. Is that going to fix it? Not really. It's like every single way I turn it, there's one side that's weird. I don't know why. This should be on this side. Okay, that's as close as it gets. Let's hope nobody pays any attention to the fact that it really isn't lining up right there. I don't know why it's not. But I'm not going to spend half the afternoon trying to figure it out. I think the problem may be that this is one block and this is two blocks that they were trying to fit together. And it really isn't meant to be that way. But I think that except for the really bored people who are just going to go, oh, I'm going to nitpick this to every piece possible, I think people won't notice. I think they'll be looking at the overall effect. Okay. I think that looks pretty nice now. I feel like it needs one more row of the dark gray. Just one more row over here or so. I really don't know what I'm going to do down here other than make play area for the kids. Well, no, we got to make the garden part too. But I was thinking that the garden part could be, you know, out here as well. Because, you know, I mean, I may make, you know, like a self-built seating area kind of thing. I may make one of those. Or, it's not really self-built, and that's kind of a misnomer. It's all self-built, right? Because I'm building this patio, right? So, it counts, right? So, alright. And then this one here. But meaning, you know, making a, you know, constructing a nice seating area. I'm going to have to do a lot more with these paving stones. Wonder if I should have really put instead of this. I should really... Well, no, because that's what I did over there, so... Silly me, I'm gonna put them back. I was thinking that I should alternate the color, but... This is continuing what we did down the sidewalk, so never mind. It's a good thing I realized that before I just tore it all apart, and then went, oh, what a dodo head. Alright, so let's put these in. That saves me some time. I thought I had kind of borked it up there, you know. I don't think this is going to fix this, but... Yeah, actually that did work. I think it's just the beige one maybe that's kind of screwy. Okay. Alright, so I think that's pretty good for now. I'm going to end this segment, take a break, and then I will come back and do another one. So, see you guys on the next recording.